That's your best bet. Uh, Tino, we'll finish off with Tino. I think a picture of Joel Embiid. Hmm. Don't know if I should be answering this. What was your favorite bat as a kid, and what are you using these days? As a kid, ooh, there was a bat in Australia called Ulysses, uh, which I think Viv might have used briefly at one stage. I think most of my friends wanted to use V100, V500, V800s. They were really, really popular where I was from. Kookaburras weren't particularly popular. I used a Green Nichols Power Spot. Green Nichols, again, weren't massively popular when I was growing up. My first bat was a County, which is the bat. If you go back and look at I think it was another Victorian brand. You could see in Dean Jones and Merv Hughes, I think, used County bats. I think maybe Cameron might have been using one when he first came through as well. So that was the first bat I had. My dad bought me that bat. I then bought a SS Jumbo, which I think I would have bought around the time that Viv was with them. I don't think I bought it for that reason, though. I think I bought it because it was really cheap, and the current bat, the County I had, I kind of grown out of, and I just bought a SS Jumbo, and I wanted to hit sixes. Really, my dad was furious that I didn't buy a proper bat, and he's probably right. It was probably way too heavy, but geez, I hit some sixes with that thing. Um, then I had the Power Spot for quite a few years, and I broke the toe on that. Um, and I got I want to say my next bat was Lachlan Fisher. So Lachlan Fisher was another Victorian bat maker who used to make bats for a lot of the Victorian players and some of the Australian players as well. And so I went to his factory in Yarraville, I think, and got his bat, which was absolutely great. Made my first 100 with the Fisher. And then not long, I'm going through the whole history now. I'm sorry, Tina, you've asked. And then not long after that, I realized I kind of changed the way that I'd been batting. I'd been an opening batter, and as I got higher level in cricket, I got pushed down the order, and so I started using a much lighter bat, and that the Fisher was a little bit too heavy for me, and so a friend of mine sold me his Gun and More Maestro. Someone had bought him a bat, and then he'd won a bat in a competition, and he sold me the Gun and More Maestro, which is like the Steve Wall one. So it would have been around 2000, 2001. And that was incredible. My batting had been in a bit of funk, and getting that bat brought me completely back. It was really light. And then when I came to the UK, I got a Charlie French bat. And Charlie French is the Bruce French, the England wicketkeeper. It's his brother's bat making company. They make bats up in Nottingham, so a lot of Nottingham players over the years have used Charlie French bats before. It's the best bat I've ever used by an absolute distance. Beautiful. I love it. It suits exactly the way I go. I feel so confident using it. And then I was given a bat by Hawk, and so Hawk make bats in what county? There's probably someone in the comments getting annoyed. God, I should know this. Is it Leicester? No, I can't remember. But they sponsored me and they gave me a bat. I was playing in a lot of charity games and stuff in that stage, and cricket with balls was getting really big, and they gave me a bat. They actually gave my wife a bat as well. And the Hawk it's a sledgehammer. It's probably the most powerful bat I've ever used, but it's just too heavy for me. And I've used it a couple of times when I open the batting, but I like the flexibility of being able to play reverse sweeps and flip the ball over my shoulder, and play pull shots at will off faster bowlers and everything. And the Hawk bat I felt like I was a little bit so I still using my Charlie French. I'm playing a little bit more cricket now next year. Played a little bit more this year, and so I might upgrade. But I will go to a bat maker directly. I might, talk to the Green Nichols guys. They might laugh me off, but I'll talk. I want to talk. I want to go and find a bat maker. Go in, show them how I bat and everything else, and do it the proper way. I don't need to do any of this, of course. I'm just a bit of a middle order slogger, more often than not. Although since I've hurt my arm, I've had to actually take batting seriously. That's probably why I have. That's probably why I have. That's probably why I will need another bat, is because I'm actually, taking my batting a little bit more seriously than I have probably since I had the Fisher bat back in the days. But yeah, no, I love bats. I have heaps. I don't know if you can see in my office. I've got a Bush Rangers bat here. Um, so this was given to me by the Bush Rangers, but it's a kookaburra bat. This was just because I set up their Facebook page way back, way back in the day. I think in our house we have something like 20, 25 bats. I just got my son's. I think my wife bought one of my boys a bat, and I got the other one. So I think one's a GM, and I don't know what the other bat is off the top of my head. But yeah, so we're now getting into the kids' bats. So I'm getting excited again. I just bought them all their kit actually for next year. So thank you to Vinted. I just went on there and I figured at the end of the season, so to be getting rid of their kids' stuff, and they were. Yeah, so we really started to get into all that sort of stuff. No, I've always been fascinated with bats. I'm not a bat guy, 100%. I did the big, uh, thing on Twitter where we went through, the most iconic bats in cricket, and it really upset the hard-nosed cricket bat guys because I left out a couple that they thought should be there, and they didn't want the Nike bat on, but I thought the Nike bat was a really interesting part of the iconic nature of cricket bats and everything else. And so, it's something I've always been fascinated with. I had my friends growing up who were the Duncan Fernley guys, right? And then and everyone else had their own different thing. I've never quite been as much like that. As you can tell, I've gone through quite a lot of bats. Um, I think, yeah, even my gear is usually a bit of a mix of a few different things. But it's something I've always been really, really fascinated on. Russell Jackson, he's got some great old blog posts, which I hope are still active, where there's all the old magazine photos of all the old bats and all the different designs that came through. But yeah, I think for me, it was more about how a bat felt in my hand. I knew it was a big deal when I got the SS Jumbo and when I got the Grey Nichols, but I think it was more about how those things felt in my hand than what company they were with. Some maybe not quite like some, and there are certainly other people who are very different when it comes to that. Last one,